What up, friends? Geoff Fienberg here with you, breaking down another edition of PGA Tour picks for oddschecker.com/US. If you missed it already this week, Rick Gaiman at Rick Run Good on Twitter and I broke down the Tour Championship already, gave us our first thoughts, the format, blah, and what we expect from this week. A 30-man field, staggered strokes, not an ideal betting situation nonetheless. Maybe we can carve out some opportunities. If you missed the video I did with Rick, as mentioned, go find it in that odds checker feed. As for me, I'm going to add it outright. We're going to give some props, and we'll talk us through the final event of the 2021 PGA Tour season from Eastlake. I don't expect a plethora of low scoring. It is a challenging golf course that can present a test to these golfers. We've seen finishing scores here finish each year in and around 18 under par. So that kind of might put into perspective what might be required of a deep chaser. I did not touch the board with the starting strokes. I have a strong feeling Jon Rahm is finally going to win a tournament, considering he should have probably won multiple of the last a handful of them since he won the U.S. Open and hasn't brought any of them home. It's funny to debate Rahm's season arguably as a potential disappointment in some ways, but I'm not going to go there. And I hope he's not disappointed. He's fantastic. The gap he seems to have created for himself as the clear number one player in the world is fantastic, excited to see. And we'll see. Will he get all 5 of his points at the Ryder Cup, Whistling Straits? Anyhow, if it's not going to be Jon Rahm, the guy that I am cheering for to bring home that big bag of money would be Tony Finau. I think it would be a great way to finish the season. And using that odds checker grid, I could argue there's some value with him and his starting strokes. It does still feel like people don't trust him and he's a forgotten entity. But that nice new putting grip he's been rocking, guys, it's really been working. So imagine Finau with a competent putter and the rest of the Finau game. It's exciting to see. I hope it translates into 2022. Yeah, that's about my only take on the starting strokes board. I'm not expecting anything wild to happen. That being said, I will acknowledge, if you don't believe in Patrick Cantlay, like if you just blindly don't believe in him, you don't trust him, you don't like him, and next place is Tony Finau, another guy who is hard to trust in some respects, despite my trust in him is probably higher than most. Those guys at 1 under, they're chasing Rahm and Bryson then at 6 and 7 under. And you can sort of convince yourself of that they now, you've eliminated the guy at 10. As weird as that is, you have to make a case for yourself if you want to bet those deep chasers. Historically, this event has given us no reason to think we should, but I'm always excited to see something spice it up. Okay, you've watched me talk. Now let's see me make some bets. Louis Oosthuizen, T10, plus 200 over at FanDuel. That will include starting strokes. A top 10 for Louis. I've seen it as low as plus 130. On that odds checker grid, he comes in that group at -3 right now, so he's on the cusp of the top 10, but I expect him to play well and be included in that top 10 when that week is over. So a 30-man for Oosthuizen currently sitting essentially in that 10 position. I expect him to hold it, to improve on it. I even considered betting him in the non-starting strokes category in and around 25 to 1. But I didn't do that because I feel like, wouldn't that be the perfect event? Louis actually is the low 72-hole stroke winner, but won't get a trophy for it. I could see it. That would be a fun narrative to bet on. I'm not really in the mood to add more units on narratives. I just think Louis is fantastic, but this is the commitment I'm willing to make. Head-to-head. Last week did actually really good. We hit that Swafford big T20 prop, although we had to chop it up because he doubled 18. God, Swafford. We had a big number though, so it was still a nice ticket. And we went 2 for 2 in our head-to-heads. We took on Jordan Spieth last week. We also took on Abe Answer last week. Sorry, we didn't pick on Spieth last week. Yes, we did. No, I faded Spieth. Sorry, didn't, whatever. Had Rory over Answer in a head-to-head. It's all, bear with me. I apologize. We had Rory over Answer in a head-to-head. Thank God Rory played great. Yada, yada, yada. But this week, we're going to take Answer over Spieth in a head-to-head. Spieth just seems not all there at the moment. And while he does feel course-proof at many times, and his season has been outstanding, and I'm really am happy to see the season he had, and we can now put him back in that group, and it's another name of elite golfer that comes in short on the odds board. It helps bump up the losers I like to bet. Nonetheless, Answer continues to trend in the right direction. If you are offline here, you could find yourself in a lot of trouble. Can I get beaten by some Spieth Magic Beans? Absolutely. They're both starting at 4 under par. Give me Abe Answer to top Jordan Spieth in a head-to-head match this week, and this one might be bold. I am taking Sung J M plus money 125 to beat Colin Morikawa. Sung J M to beat Colin Morikawa this week, guys. That is a bet that I am willing to make. I want to see they're both starting at 5 under. Again, sort of like the Spieth and Answer. I'm taking these guys trending in the right direction. There's a lot to like about him, so I'll just get into it right now. I'm going to add him 30-1 to win without starting strokes. It was going to be him or Hideki. I really do like Hideki also this week, but I made the move to him. The last few weeks, Sung J M is a form player, and when he's in form and on a primary Bermuda course, you got to back him. That's essentially how I feel about Sung J, and that's what I'm doing here. Had one of his all-time putting weeks last week, gaining, I believe, over 6 strokes. The ball striking has been there, I want to say, in 3 or 4 straight events, gaining over 5 strokes with that tee to green. So there's a complete game coming here for Sung J. A form player going to a course fit, that's what I want to back. We're doing it both to win without the starting strokes and in a head-to-head against a player who's probably better than him in Colin Morikawa, but we're going to take that plus money. That's how much I believe in Sung J M this week and how Eastlake and his form set up for us to cash. Yeah, that's about it. I will give you this word of advice headed out on a couple notes. The format has caused a lot of confusion for some books. And just pay attention to the wording on some book bets you're making. And it has also led to mistakes on books. On an offshore book, I was able to get a Scotty Scheffler 66-1 to be top American. They might cancel it. I'm waiting for the email for them to cancel it. They took it off the board shortly after, but that's just an example of they might have mixed that up with the starting stroke odds. So we'll see, although this book has been in a habit of honoring their bad lines, which is fun to see, but it's still great to use that odds checker board. Even if the book you're using isn't on odds checker, it does let you know how great of a line you are getting or how bad of a line you are getting, and you'll have to recalibrate what you want to do from there. I'm sorry, my wife's calling me. She's away. She's probably wondering why I'm not answering. Rude. We're doing a video. Yeah, so there's that. Also, this weekend, college football's back. NFL's on everyone's minds. The books, I don't know that they have dedicated golf people to begin with, but I've noticed in the past when football is going on, they can get got. They're doing 800 things at once right now. They're dealing with a lot. It's the busiest time of year for the books in America. It's September 1st, baby. Let's go. You feel me? That's the pure adrenaline of football flowing through my brains. Fired up to get a couple elite players going head-to-head Sunday for a big bag of cash. That'll be fun. I'm still not a fan of the format. Hopefully something happens this week that can change my mind. Until then, hopefully we can cash some non-starting stroke bets. I'm Geoff Fienberg. I had so much fun chatting with you guys here as part of the Odds Checker team. We're looking forward to doing NFL content with you. And of course, the golf will not stop through the swing season, the Ryder Cup. We'll do season previews as we get set to next year. Love what's going on at Odds Checker on the golf side. Added my guy, Rick Rungood. Joe Idone at Tour Picks. Some great additions as Odds Checker is looking to bring the best people in to talk golf with me or without me. They can do all the content without me. I don't know. I don't even need to be a part of it. I love what they are doing on the golf side over at Odds Checker, bringing in sharp minds to supplement my madness. That's a good way to put it, I think. That's a good way to put it. So again, we had a fun season. Some nice wins, some tough losses, some painful cards getting blown up as well. It's all par for the course when betting golf. You got to be able to live the roller coasters, the highs and lows. That's not only a Thursday through Sunday, but it's the entire season. Please sub to the Odds Checker feed so all the videos drop. Leave a comment. Tell me who you think is going to win the Tour Championship. I'm Geoff Fienberg. Let the winners be ours, as my man Morency would say. Let's get it. Final event of the year. Remember when I used to be so bad at closing videos? I think I got a lot better. They brought in Rick, so I didn't have to do it, but I got more comfortable on these Wednesday videos. And now I'm trying to close a video again, and it's perfect. This is the last video of the year, and I can't close it. I've probably already gone long. I don't know. I love you guys. Football's here. Let's get one.